Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Williston, Florida Booster Stadium, where we are going to bring you the Williston Red Devil Varsity Football Team 2024 edition against the Newberry Panthers Varsity Football Team 2024 edition, where Newberry is trying to bring one of the most stout defensive lines into of the state, regardless of classification against Coach Pruitt's wing T attack that will attempt to push an immovable object against an unstoppable force. If this is your first time tuning into the channel, we have two separate streams going for you tonight. One is designed for the small screen. That's where you'll see the title starts with vertical. That's designed for, say, your iPhone, so you can keep up with the chat at the bottom. You can see most of the action on your screen, but have it in vertical phone orientation. You also have the mainstream, which we are bringing to you in 1080p, 60 frames per second, where if you're a YouTube Premium subscriber, you even have the advanced option to get as much picture quality as possible tonight. I'd like to know where the furthest Williston fan is tonight. So if you happen to be watching from out of state, out of the country, on a different continent, let us know in the chat, man. The Red Devil pride extends everywhere. It could be right here at home in Williston. It can be as far away as Japan. We don't care where you are. As long as you're with us, you're a Red Devil, baby. We've got about 19 minutes until the end of the pregame routines. If you're looking around for any other high school football scores tonight, we're going to try to get some updates from the North Florida prep group. Mr. Jackson likes to post a lot of updates up there, but if you happen to have some updated scores around the region, drop them in the chat. Make sure people know what's going on, and I'll make sure to give you a shout out on stream for giving us some info, right? So, in fact, if there's any sort of other Williston graduates watching, let me know in the chat too. Show me who you are, what year you graduated, and if you played any sports for Red Devils, what sport you played as well, right? Because my name's Robert Mack from the class of 2002. I was mainly a football player myself, right? Played center. Paying for it, 20 years later with, having to talk to the ortho doctors today about whether or not I need some hip surgery and everything. But that's just trying to keep up with the young guys working out. I decided to tear my labrum and pop a ligament. So in case you see me hobbling around here trying to do it, don't feel bad for me. I was being stupid trying to act like I was 20 years old still. You got another Williston High School graduate, Mr. Blake Fugit, in the press box. You'll hear him a lot tonight. You also hear him putting a little bit of music out for the boys to get hyped to pregame. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 though, so I'm just going to leave you with a little bit of the action in pregame to watch. Appreciate you tuning in.
This Friday night in Florida, that means it's high school football. Williston High School welcomes you to Brewster Stadium. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Panthers from Newberry and your Williston Ceremonies. Several announcements to start off with. Williston High School and FHSAA promote good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and spectators and request your cooperation by supporting the Red Devils, their opponents, and the officials in a positive manner. Profanity and other abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from Booster Stadium. We value the safety of our student athletes, coaches, and game day staff. Spectators are prohibited from entering the playing surface before and during the game. Violators will be removed and subject to arrest. In accordance with Levy County School Board policy, Williston High School is a tobacco-free campus. Smoking and vaping are strictly prohibited on all school property. Also, in accordance with Levy County School Board policy, Williston High School is an alcohol-free campus. Alcohol is strictly prohibited on all school property, including parking areas. We thank you for your cooperation. Yeah. Oh. Stout. I never come to me. Who's talking about? I don't either, but they're second. How about you doing something else?
All right, everybody. Some of the pregame festivities are kicking off here. You see your Red Devil Regiment getting ready to take the field. This game's a big enough game that nothing but cakes showed up and are selling the little buntlets for $6 each down there to the concession stands. And I was like, I don't need this, but y'all are never in Williston, so I actually need this.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we kindly request that you rise and remove your hats for the invocation.
Dear Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for your many blessings. We're thankful that we have the freedom to gather here together and enjoy high school football. We ask you for an evening free from injury for all players, participants, and spectators. And ask that everybody have a good, safe night. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Please remain standing as we honor America and those that protect it. WHSJROTC has brought in the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem performed this evening by the Williston High School Red Devil Regiment Marching Band. Now for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Please remain standing for the Williston High School alma mater. From the midfield, please. Ladies and gentlemen, this ball game's about to start. We need one more man on the chain crew. Gentlemen, step up. Take one for the home team. We need one man for the chain crew. Find Stephanie Vaughn or head that way, one or the other.
Red Devil fans, here are the captains for the Red Devils. Going from left to right, we have number 16, Tyron Finney. Number 6, Timothy Taylor, or Tim the Man Taylor. My goodness, my eye doctor is going to be mad at me. I need to get my eyes checked. That looks like number 28, Noah Robinson. And number 22, Jamari Williams. Let's try to get you in here close to see the results of the coin toss. As we used to say back in the late 90s, early 2000s, fails never
For the
fails.
Newberry Panthers. Number 4, Logan McLeod. Number 5, Trent Campbell. Number 63, Colton Harvey. And somebody with a shirt rolled up. If we unroll it, I'll tell you. Captains tonight for the Williston High School Red Devils. Number 6, Kim Taylor Jr. Number 16, Tyron Finney. Number 22, Jamari Williams. And number 28, Noah Robinson.
Looks like the Red Devils might have won the toss as he's asking them what they want to do, and they have deferred their choice to the second half, which means Newberry is going to start out on offense. Red Devils have indicated which side they want to defend.
Looks like the Red Devils have won the toss. They defer their choice to the second half. They're kicking. Newberry's receiving. Newberry will be headed east to west across the field. Let's get ready for some football. Final captain for the Newberry Panthers, 22, Malachi Lancaster.
Great kept with it and got that captain call out.
3, 2, 1, go, yeah.
Looks like there may be some technical. Oh, no, there we go.
Yeah.
Devil's head is lit and ready to go.
Let's roll,
I still
baby.
miss the old burlap sack days, but they decided that was a little too dangerous. All I know is it used to absolutely take your breath away to run out from under it. All right, it looks like literally waiting for the smoke to clear so that the Red Devils can bring that fire on the kickoff. Ryan takes back to try to boom one back into the end zone and set up the Red Devil defense with good field position here. But it's taken a little short, just inside the 10-yard line. And Newberry's got a open lane. Gets out to just about midfield.
Gagne on the tackle. Panthers return it to their own 46. They'll start right there. First and 10.
All right, everybody. Newberry is lining up in a pistol set, but decides to spread it out to 5 wide. Red Devils look like they're trying to counter with a too high shell. But the run, after his first read isn't open, goes for about 8 yards. We're looking at
number 17. Jameer Williams. Gain of about 7, second and 3.
Oh, it's 2nd and 3 exactly after a 7-yard gain. I gave him a little too much credit there. Newberry lines up and takes a look at the sideline to get them a call. They're checking their wristbands. Still 2 backs in the backfield. Looks like there might be a little bit of confusion. And now they're getting it settled with Fritz away from us and a running back set to the right. And inside zone is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's a loss of 2, so now we're going to have 3rd and medium, so we'll call it 5.
It's number 92, Tremaine Daniels.
And Newberry is again. Give a nice little false count to start and take a look and see how the Red Devils are going to line up against this formation. The big 3rd down right here for the Red Devils to go ahead and establish a defensive identity early in the game. Pass out to the flat is complete. The initial stop isn't made, but the Red Devils are going to stop short of the 1st down line to gain. They're across midfield, so let's see if Newberry's going to be aggressive or send out the punt team. And I see some change out happening, so we're going to say it's the first out for the Williston defense.
Fourth and 3 for the Panthers.
W's in the chat for the Williston defense coming up big on their first series. Oh, it's a fake. That's really close. That's going to depend on the spot, whether or not they got the line of the game. Red Devil defense coming off. They are short of the 1st down. Turnover on down. What a stop. Newberry comes out aggressive, going for a fake punt on their first offensive possession and is going to give the ball to the Red Devils in great field position. Just over the 45-yard line. Looks like Mr. Penny's going to be our starting quarterback tonight, maybe. And they are running right into the teeth of that Newberry defense.
Hands it off to 22.
Gets a small gain. Let's call it
about 1. Bring up 2nd and 9.
The Newberry defense is anchored by an Ohio State Buckeye commit. He's already got 15 sacks on the season and many more tackles. So if they're going to be successful running the ball up front, they're going to need to get some stuff like that to happen. Some nice little false offsides penalties will give us 5 easy way.
Engagement on the defense. Watch on time. 2nd and 4 for the Red Devils.
The Red Devils can force some mistakes, play solid defense, and avoid the turnover. They'll have a chance to upset Newberry, who just come off of one of the bigger wins in all of the area in football this season when they beat Bradford. And Williston picks up the first down of the game. Amari Williams on a carry of about 15 yards.
15 yards. Number 36. Red Devils 1st and 10.
Nobody
He's brought down by Micah Newton.
wives of Blake and I that we're on the same wavelength. They'll start expecting us to be able to read their minds all the time as well. So please don't tell them about that.
Excuse me, Jakaris Randolph on the stop. Timeout, Red Devils. 8 minutes,
A
10
little bit of
seconds left in
confusion
the
on
first
the
quarter.
offensive personnel side of things. Red Devils will take their first timeout. There is 8 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. They're not running a clock
Last week, the
tonight
Red
on
Game
the
Meal
scorebook
sponsors
just
were
so
the
that way
Pregame,
they
Matt
don't
and Angie Brooks.
mess a bunch
For
of
the
things up.
postgame,
And
All-American Training and Restoration.
Trying to keep it
Tonight's
pretty
Pregame Meal sponsors, Kevin and Annie Whitenurse. We appreciate you guys' support of the program. Desserts for the team last week were provided by Candace Latson and Jason and Stephanie Richardson. Dessert for tonight were provided by Candace Latson. Appreciate you guys. Slang sponsors for this evening: Monterey Blackfin, Cookie King Real Estate, Carlson and Stafford Prairie Ranch, Jack Nancy Brooks, Ron Neutral Trucking, NACA, Whitehurst Cattle, Amberbrook Farms, Tommy McCallum, Williams of Williston, and Coach Jake Cruz. Out of the timeout, we're Red Devils 1st and 10 from the Newberry Panthers 36-yard line.
And just as soon as the Red Devils are coming out to the single wing formation in an attempt to establish a run first tough offensive identity, the officials let them get a little extra time to prepare. And unfortunately, single wing is not able to gain any yardage.
No gain on the play, 2nd
Given
and
up the
10.
original line of scrimmage. So, yep, 2nd and 10. Big hole opens up on the right side of the offensive line. Picks up 9 yards. We're going to have 3rd and short.
Hanging about 9.
That was a great matchup. That was one over there. So we'll have to see if we
3rd
can
and short for the Red Devils.
take advantage of that matchup all night. Because that was a massive hole against that defensive line. This is some seriously old school football right here, but that's going to be a loss of a yard and a half.
Short.
So the Red Devils have a decision to make on the 29-yard line.
We're going to open about 3 for the Red Devils.
And honestly, if I'm right here, I put my foot on the gas and try to capitalize on the momentum of your fourth down stop with a fourth down conversion of your own. So we've got a wing back to the right, split back to the right. Mr. Penny tries to sprint out and is immediately met with pressure in his face. So unfortunately, he's going to lose yardage.
Newberry Panthers will take over.
Newberry is
About the 31-yard line.
answering their fourth down inability to convert with forcing Williston off the field on fourth down as well. Williston did gain some field position back in that possession.
Water break on the field. During the water break, we're going to recognize the varsity cheerleaders down here. I'll call them out one at a time. Mackenzie Allison.
So with 6 minutes exactly on the clock in the first quarter, we have an official timeout water break.
Anderson for that. Emma Evans. Amir Grimes. Reagan Hancock. Mason Myers. Courtney Holtbaum. Amber Lewis. Gabrielle Monroe. Danielle Phillips. Addison Webb. Annabelle Whitehurst. Cleveland Cleveland Secure. 2024 Varsity Cheerleading Squad. Give a round of applause. Out of the water break. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Panthers take over 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line.
Williston has a too high shell to go against the spread run game.
Number 2, Caleb Woods.
Defensive line
They at the line of scrimmage by a host of Red Devils.
to the challenge.
Give him a gain of 3.
Gain.
Bring up second and about 7 for the Panthers.
Williston's locked up some pressure in the A gap, it looks like, on the left side there. No matter what, though, they're definitely showing that they're trying to bring more than Newberry's going to want to block in this formation. But Newberry counters it with a sweep play that gets a first down to the left side.
On the ground. So they can roll it out of bounds. Long on the 44. Panthers 1st and 10.
What I saw as well. And yes, Newberry did pick up enough for the first down before the fumble. The fumble out of bounds marks it back at the spot that the fumble happened. Newberry is shifting all their personnel. They like to put trips on the wide side of the field, regardless of which side of the field it is. Newberry's quarterback breaks out the pressure, pick up enough yardage for a first down, but let's see what this flag is. Judging from the play continuing, it's probably going to be called on Williston, but let's see if I'm wrong. And they are waving off the flag.
Waving the flag off. One more ran out of bounds. At the Red Devil 42. Panthers 1st and 10.
Newberry has flipped the field position on Williston and is attempting to threaten the red zone. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. This is their second offensive possession. Their first possession where they managed to get a first down. And there's going to be a pass interference penalty called on the Red
pass across the middle intended for McLeod.
A second later on that coverage. That's spectacular coverage, but in this case, they're calling it some form of either pass interference or defensive holding.
Pass interference on the Red Devils.
The Red Devils coming in tonight shorthanded after a slew of injuries have forced them into different personnel groupings than they've had to worry about all year.
Number 27, Panthers, 1st and 10.
Looks like a little option read to the right that the Red Devils forced back into the middle of the defense. But not until once you gain 4 yards, where it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line.
2nd and about 7 for the Panthers.
Inside handoff. Finds a bubble in the defense and looks like it's going to be very close to the first down.
Down to the 17-yard line.
Yes, it is a first down.
It's enough for a Panther first down.
Pretty curious if Newberry's actually going to ever run a play on that first snap count against us. It looks like most of the defense is still on the knee whenever it happens. But the offensive philosophy is forcing Williston to just play it out in front of them and play a lot of base. Nice move by the QB to avoid the sack, and he makes a throw on the run. Newberry makes a catch.
Scrambles, completes the pass in the crowd. Panther
One of those
touchdown.
situations where Williston makes good plays on defense, gets close to making a great defensive stop, but
That's 14, Hayden Moore.
the offense just makes a better play.
Score, Panthers 6, Red Devils 0.
Newberry's attempt at the extra point is good. So with 3 minutes, 9 seconds left in the first quarter, Newberry will take a 7-0 lead on the Red Devils.
The nice Byers kick for the Panthers is up and good.
Completed their second offensive
Score,
possession with a
Newberry
touchdown.
Panthers 7,
And we'll
Williston
kick
Red
it off
Devils
with
0.
Williston
3 minutes,
Red
9
Devils,
seconds
their
left in the
second
first quarter.
possession. So not exactly falling behind, but we definitely want to see him move the ball and try to keep it a one-score game or tie it up or even take the lead on a 2-point conversion. Like they gave the kicker the old faded jersey there.
For the Red Devils, Cameron Mann on Mario Walker.
And a deep kick is taken back into the end zone for a touchback by the Red Devils.
Touchback, marker number 20. Red Devils take over, 1st and 10.
Red Devils hand off up the middle, and their
Williams up the
traditional
middle.
wing P goes for 2 to 3 yards.
Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Red Devils.
Time Red Devils come out and split backs with twin receivers closest to us. And hands off a blast play
Wings on the carry.
that appears to go for
Flag on the
another
play.
positive gain of about 2 yards. Really throwing me off seeing pink flags thrown on the play. But in this case, it's definitely throwing off the Williston offense because we have a chop block penalty called against the Red Devils, so that's going to be a loss of 10, I believe. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Well, he's just kind of eyeballing it there.
Mark on 12-yard line. We'll redo second down.
So second and a long, let's call it 17. Red Devils attempt to throw a little screen game, or at least a swing.
Third down for Red Devils.
Unfortunately, the pass was not on the mark, or the running back was not in the right position. Either way, there was pressure in the face, and pressure definitely disrupted the play as well. Red Devils come out in the spread formation and run it with QB drawn up the middle. Gets positive yardage, but we're looking at
back about the original line of scrimmage. Bring up fourth down for the Red Devils.
And we are victims of another injury on the play. Didn't really see what happened to cause the injury there. But we've had enough injuries already along the line that any other lineman going down for the game is just going to make it that much tougher against one of the best defensive lines in the state, regardless of classification. Looked to be walking off under his own power, albeit a little gingerly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fire sponsors for this evening, Frank and Nancy Edwards, Marine Pulpwood, Dr. Donnie and Lauren McCoy, Jerry and Desiree Mills, Curtis Gray, Leading Insurance Agency, and the Jeff Islam family. Folks, these sponsors are the ones that help make Williston football happen. Shake their hand and tell them thank you.
Penalty ends up being a drive
And the
killer.
injury
So on our
timeout, fourth
second
and 9
possession,
for the
it's
Red
going
Devils.
to end in a punt.
On their own 21-yard line.
See if Ryan's able to flip some field position for us. We still have a few seconds. We can get this snap off to get the kick. And we're going to have a false start instead. Good snap. Kick gets away. That looks like it might have been touched.
Red Devil punt.
Honestly, from here, it looks like that was touched.
Rolled all the way down to the 38-yard line.
If I got a good enough shot of it, and somebody wants to tell me in the chat if I'm wrong there, but it looks like that should have been
Panthers will
picked
start
up.
this drive. 38-yard line, first and 10. 1 minute, 19 seconds left in the first quarter.
It did have a good bit of velocity on it still, so maybe it was just the way that it hit and moved.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great golf ball drop will be happening at, I believe it's our last home game, November 1st. If you want a chance to win $10,000 in cash, come see, I believe it's Stephanie Vaughn. She'll say a chance to win $10,000 in cash. Glenmore's pass deep down the middle. Just over Caleb Wood's head.
After the unforced error, we're at 2nd and 10 for the Williston defense. Those are the type of throws that you look at on Monday in the film room with the team and you go, you know what? That one should have been made. Newberry's in the pistol formation with trip to the right. The pull was a good decision. The Red Devil defense made it a great play for them because he definitely had to read.
Check that. That was 8. Remember Jones on the stop. Gain about 1, 3rd and 9.
There's less than a minute on the game clock here in the first quarter, but there's 13 seconds on the play clock, so there's going to be at least one more play in this quarter, unless Newberry fails to get this play off. It's 3rd and long. Newberry saw that they were about to be called for a delay of game and takes their first timeout.
We're going to recognize our Inferno sponsors for the evening. D.E. Whitehurst, Pug Whitehurst and Family, Homes by Ann Dable, North Florida Mini Stores, D.E. Whitehurst and Sons, Spar, Myrie Motors, W.W. Gay, Devil's Den, Florida Springs Scuba, Seacoast National Bank, Florida Concrete Construction of Ocala, Capital City Bank, Todd Edwards, Wilkowski Family, Wade and Fisher Whitehurst, W.W. Whitehurst LLC, William and Randall Whitehurst, Devin and Annie Whitehurst, Jimbo Williams Family, Lane's Yardware, Cuban Law, Nature Coast Medical Group, Monroe Tire, the North Family, Phoenix LLC, All In Removal, Black Chrome, Big Lick, Jonathan Gourmet, Black Chrome Storage, the Edwards Cattle Company, Ozzy Delgado and Family, and the Tree Magician. Again, folks, those are the sponsors that help make Williston football happen. Quick with their business. Pat them on the back. Tell them thank you.
All right, out of the timeout, Newberry brings out 5 wide and throws an absolute
pass on the sideline.
Dot of a pass.
Complete.
To pick up the first down on a gain of about 30.
Panthers, 1st and 10. 16.2 left in the quarter.
Well, what was about to be first and 10
on the Panthers, march outside, 1st and 15.
They're going to be 1st and 15 from the 38. This is your first time joining the channel tonight to watch some Williston High School football or any other Williston sports. During our main broadcast, we run 2 separate broadcasts, one for the small screens like phone, and you'll see that one, but the first word it says is vertical. the others for the big screen. Oh, and a fumble on the play. He just gets rid of it in order to preserve the
Ball on the
yardage.
ground, picked up by the quarterback, scrambles, passes, falls incomplete. 9.1 seconds left in the first quarter.
If you're watching on a TV,
Second and
especially
15.
if you're a YouTube premium subscriber, you have access to the 1080p advanced bit rate that we're bringing to you tonight for as clear of a picture as possible. Maybe next season we can step up to a 4K broadcast, but first goal next season is to get you some better sounds of the game from down closer to the field. Sweep to the right off the pitch is just stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, call it a gain of 2, so we're looking at third and
The Panther ball carrier brought down by number 28.
and that will be the first play of the second quarter.
Gain about 2. We're up 3rd and 13, and we come back for the second quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention tonight. We're down front, the cheerleaders. We're going to shake it off tonight with the seniors.
I am going to say I'm glad it was hard to get giant-sized pictures of your face printed and used by the cheerleaders on the sideline when I was a senior. That have kept people out of the stands versus making it a fun thing right here, right? Speaking of which, if you play football in the North Central Florida area,
Panthers,
tell us where and when in the chat.
From the Red Devil 36
Like seeing
yard
our
line.
old rivals come in and see what's up with the Williston football program. And that is a post completed over the middle against the too high shell.
Pass to Caleb Woods,
That's going to
complete.
go for a
Panther
touchdown.
touchdown.
That was 3-step drop game in rhythm from the shotgun, hitting a post route against the middle of the field open look. And executed about as well as you could execute on that offensive identity. Newberry's going to line up for the extra point. The snap was a little short, and the kick is blocked out of bounds. So it's only going to be a 6-point possession, the third possession of the ball game for the Panthers. And is the flag on the play going to give them another chance to get the extra point? Judging from them talking to the Newberry coaching staff, it looks like it's going to be. Personal foul against the Red Devils.
Personal foul against the Red Devils. They'll pick it again.
Honestly, with the way the defense is playing, I might have said, hey, can we take it on the kickoff instead and just have the extra point be no good.
Flag on the play.
And the typical call of offsides or encroachment is given by the white hat of the crew. They're going to go half the distance again. Looks like Newberry's trying to figure out exactly what they need to do for their offensive alignment now that everything's thrown off by a half and a half. Good snap, good hold.
Square kicks are up and good.
So the penalty ends
Score.
up being a 1-point penalty
Panthers
for
14.
the Newberry Panthers.
For the Red Devils 0. 11:52 left in the first half.
The Red Devils for a nice little swing there. But it's a 2-possession lead at the beginning of the second quarter. 11 minutes, 52 seconds remaining. In a rivalry like Williston and Newberry, you honestly can't count out either team at any point. I remember being a sophomore in high school when Newberry was up on us by a couple of scores going into halftime, hearing the chants of overrated while they were blocking our way to the locker room to discuss in halftime how we're going to end up finishing with a 50 bomb on them. So just because it's 14-0 now doesn't mean it's going to stay lopsided for the course of the game. Newberry booms it into the end zone, where that's going to be a touchback because balls that reach the end zone in high school football are called a touchback.
Put it on the 20. First and 10 for the Red Devils. 11 minutes, 52 seconds left in the half.
You're watching on the stream, though, especially on the big screen or the small screen. Doesn't matter as long as you're there. Press the down button on your remote control and find that thumbs up to like the stream so that way other people who are football fans in North Central Florida can find our stream as well.
On the carry. Brought down by number 26 for the Panthers. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Red Devils.
Okay. Come on. Our kids might, but
All right. After the gain on first down, Williston is going to get a first down run out across the 30.
Williams on the carry up the middle.
Williams is finding the bubble in the defense when he's in the single wing.
First and 10.
If he had a little bit of throw game in him, they could really take advantage of everybody loading up and maybe throw a Tebow-like pop pass over the top of the defense. Maybe one of the coaches will hear that on the stream and try to put it in for the second half. We'll see. Like what's been happening with a lot of high school football lately, we've had a stoppage in play and a little bit of stuff going on with no real clear reason why. So instead, we're going to come out just across the 30 with 1st and 10 for Williston again. With a wing to the left and the traditional wing T look and the counter play run back to the right. And that looks like that was a face mask that got missed.
Somebody on the carry.
It's a good gain on first down.
Gain of 5, second drive for the Red Devils.
Oh, bad snap. And that's going to be scoop and score, guys. Unfortunate.
Ball on the ground, picked up by number 22.
Just snap elevated in a single wing can be dangerous.
He puts it in the end zone. 6 points for the Panthers.
predicament there. And unfortunately, after that one, the body language of the Red Devils coming off the sideline is a little bit it's a little bit poor, but we'll see if they get fired up and try to come back out on the next possession to work it a little differently.
Fires kick, no good, wide right. Score remains Panthers 20, the Red Devils 0. 9 minutes 45 seconds left in the half.
So the Newberry Panthers have come out in the first 2 minutes 15 seconds of the second quarter and added 2 scores. One off of a deep post pass into the middle of the field. The next off of a scoop and score. So if we went back to a couple of the points at the beginning of the game, which was to avoid mistakes and turnovers. Fortunately, in the last 2 minutes, we've made mistakes in coverage and we've committed a turnover. Another ball booted deep into the end zone.
Fires kick to the end zone.
Going to be declared a touchback.
The Red Devils will start on their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. That's how they yell when the back rails in your mouth. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
Got to give Blake some credit trying to get the boys hyped back up real quick here. The Newberry defensive line stopped Williams carry behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard.
Devin Ram. 2nd and 10 for Red Devils.
I was going by the sideline judge at first, and another sideline judge overruled and gave him the original line of scrimmage for the carry. So the clock's running with 9 minutes 15 seconds left. 2nd and 10 for Williston, who comes out with twins to the left of the formation, split backs, tight end to the right, and a handoff up the middle. Get the gain of 15 yards for a Red Devil first down.
1st and 10.
Going to need to put a few of those together to build the momentum and try to climb the way back into this game. Hopefully the Red Devils can bring the score to a 2-possession game after this offensive possession. Well, referees gave us a pass on that one and allowed us to have 12 men in the offensive formation without a penalty.
One round upward. Brought down by Amars Bryant. Gain of about 2, 2nd and 8 for the Red Devils.
So far, the Red Devil offense has been characterized by short runs, some medium runs, but we haven't broken the big run yet. Whereas Newberry's been able to break a couple of big plays offensively. Although here comes another medium run, tough, hard-nosed running for a gain of another 15 yards.
Get another 15. Right
now,
now, 1st and 10.
running hard, showing that this game is still in reach for him, because if he can pop off 15 yards on inside carries multiple times in a drive and keep that going, Red Devils will not be out of it. Gain of 4.5 will bring up 2nd and a long 5 on the game by
Gain of about
Mark
5.
Walker.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what the call is on the flag. Personal foul, face mask.
Personal foul. Face mask on the Panthers.
That's a 15-yard variety, so somehow we just keep chunking 15-yard plays, whether it's 5 plus 10 or 5 plus 15, or just 15 without it. Interesting, though, on that spot off of penalty that should have been assessed on the end of the run. That was at the 35 or the 45-yard line for it to go on the 36 or 31, whatever it was. It's a little interesting. But Williston really trying to put together a great drive here. The only downside to a drive like this for Williston is the time it's eating up on the clock. And when you're ahead, that's a great thing. Here it gets back to the original.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yep, it goes back to the line of scrimmage. So
3rd and 3 for the Red Devils.
Big 3rd down attempt right here. Although I think if you're Williston, this is probably 4-down territory, even though you've got a field goal kicker who's got the range for this. I think you just don't go for 3 points right here when you're 3 possessions down. A lot of confusion on the offensive personnel leads to
Timeout. Red
another
Devils.
timeout taken by the
During
Red
the
Devils,
timeout,
but
we're
it's
going to
not like they're
recognize
going
these
to roll
internal
over.
sponsors
So
again. Whitehurst and family. Homes by Ann David. West Road Mini Stores. D.E. Whitehurst and Sons. Spar. Myrie Motors. WWA. Devil's Den. Florida Spring Scuba. Seacoast National Bank. Florida Concrete Construction of Ocala. Capital City Bank, Todd Edwards. The Wachowski family. Wade and Tisha Whitehurst. W.W. Whitehurst LLC. William and Randall Whitehurst. Devin and Annie Whitehurst. Jimbo Williams. Lane's Yardware. Hewitt and Hewitt Law. The Nature Coast Medical Group. Monroe Tire. The Knopf family. Emmett's LLC. All In Removal. Black Palm. Big Lick. Galloping Gourmet. Black Palm Storage. Edwards Cattle Company, Ozzy Delgado and family, and the True Magician. That's your Inferno sponsors for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the timeout, 3rd and 3 for the Red Devils from the Newberry Panthers 24-yard line.
handoff up the middle. That's a big gainer. Another about. Yeah, that one is actually about 20 yards.
All the way down to the 11-yard line. Original 10.
So 1st and 10 from the 11 means we still got another 1st down as a possibility.
On the field, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes, 56 seconds left in the half.
Effectively 1st and goal as the timeout for official timeout water break.
Hey, Trip, tell you I saw the Bob Texan.
He did. He told me that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the concession stand. On this side, we've got the Cheerleader Booster concession stand. On the far side, head over to the WMHS Band Booster concession. They got something for everyone. Pulled pork sandwiches, redneck nachos, fried Oreos, sweet tea, lemonade, milk products, french fries, grilled hamburgers, and hot dogs, and candy. Go to the far side, support the band. Stay on this side, support the cheerleaders.
All right, Williston lines up on 1st and 10, runs it right up the middle again into the teeth of that Newberry defense. And I think they actually picked up the first down, so it's 1st and goal from inside the 1 yard line.
First and goal.
I'd go right back to it. And this is the type of drive that can turn around the momentum of the game as long as it's followed up by a good defensive series. Let's get a little bit closer in on the action on this with how tight Williston's running inside the tackles right now. We got to keep it nice and wide for the Newberry offense with how much they spread it out. They're going to go a half a yard, close,
a quarter of a yard,
or a quarter of a
still
yard.
first and goal.
So sorry, the half of the half. Newberry takes their second time out of the first half. Looks like they want to talk it over and see if they can
time out. 5 minutes, 19 seconds left in the half.
Interior of the defense.
Newberry Panthers 20. Williston Red Devils 0.
In the meantime, if you're watching at home or far away, I really want to know how far and wide our Williston Red Devil fans are out there watching from tonight. So if you think you might be the person that's watching from the furthest away, drop where you're watching from in the chat, and we'll give you a shout out here. Mainly because I want to see where some of our Red Devils are watching football from and staying in touch with their hometown. I know some of us are living right here in Williston after graduating from Williston, but we want to bring Williston back out to you.
Out of the timeout, 5 minutes, 19 seconds left in the half. First and goal for the Red Devils from the quarter yard line.
Handoff is met in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of at least 3. Well, it's going to depend on the spot. It looked like a loss of 3 from here. One of the linemen is marking it, looks like as a loss of 2. So glad I was wrong by a yard.
One around about the 3. Second goal from the 3.
And that's going to be a Red Devil touchdown. That's a big answer after the scoop and score for the Williston offense, who had just given Newberry 6 points of their own.
Score. Newberry Panthers 20. Williston Red Devils 6. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the half.
Kanye puts it through the upright to cut the lead.
Pushing this goal.
to
Red
13.
Devil 7, Panthers 20. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in the half.
Red Devils are going to line up for the kickoff and hope they can get the ball back, maybe gain an extra possession because they won the toss and deferred. So really right here, you want to put some pressure on the Newberry offense to give you the ball back and see if you can't play both sides of halftime on offense. If they're able to do that, you might be able to see them put this ball game right back to even money. And with the way this started out, that'd be a heck of a way for the Williston Red Devil football team to respond. Because if there's one thing about Williston football, they know that if it's too tough for them, it's just right for us. Gagne puts an absolute missile back into the end zone.
Touchback. Marker number 20. Panthers take over. 1st and 10.
So this could be a pivotal defensive possession for the entire rest of the game right here. Because right now, Williston has basically given them one possession on the scoop and score and fallen behind a possession on offense, hence the 2-possession lead. And Newberry comes out in a spread. That little cheat motion is going after the middle of the field, but Williston has forced a fumble. Did they recover the fumble? They did recover the fumble. And just what we were hoping to happen.
The referees are conferring.
Ooh. All right, I'm really going to need some folks in the chat to go and tell me if that looks like that's the right call. They're calling him down by contact and that it's going to be 2nd and short of less than a yard. No, now they're even saying it's a 1st down. So, okay, all right, yep, they've got it on the 30. So this is just a great little turn of events when it comes to the referees dictating a football game with one call.
Flag on the play. Close start.
Newberry at least
Panthers.
get a
March out 5, 1st and 15.
Start from their right tackle and get away with it there. It's going to be 1st and 15 on what should be Williston's first play coming out of the defensive turnover. Yeah, I'd really like to hear y'all's opinion in chat. I can't go and rewind myself right now and see what it looked like, but that looked like live action that was not the right call to make on the fumble. And Newberry sets up the screen pass, completes it, gets a gain of 7 yards to bring up 2nd and 8 with the clock running. 3 minutes, 37 seconds left in the first half. Williston still has the ability to force a 3 and out and have a couple minutes on the clock.
2nd and 7 for the Panthers.
But it's going to take a real good defensive effort on these next 2 plays. Fortunately, it looks like they had already gotten a real good defensive effort to get a turnover, and turned out that wasn't the case. Speed option makes the read on the pitch, and he's got the corner.
Option right for the Panthers. Finally brought down by number 1, Ezekiel Taylor.
This QB they've got is pretty good at reading
on 47 of the Panthers.
understanding spacing, and
that's enough for a 1st down. 3 minutes, 1 second left in the half.
Able to read the pre-snap reads of the defense on where the passes should be open. So I was really expecting them to use that cheat motion in order to come back and attack the middle of the field on a post with the too high shell open in the middle of the field. The sweep is stopped for a short gain. Clock still running. 50 seconds left in the first half. Second down, 8.
Second late for the Panthers.
We're going to try something a little different during halftime, too. We'll see if it works. It's the first time doing it. I'm going to pull up the stream myself, go back through some of the plays and stuff that we've seen so we can try to talk about them.
Number's pass.
That didn't look like a catch from here either, but they're calling it complete
Complete.
for a first down gain.
Down to the 34
1
of the
minute,
Red Devils.
59 seconds left on the clock, and with the clock stopped temporarily for the movement of the chains. Newberry takes one of their first huddles of the game in an attempt to go ahead and make sure that they're running time off the clock. And Williston takes their final
Timeout. Red
timeout
Devils.
for the first
1
half.
minute, 39 seconds left in the half.
In the street, you got me. You no, singing. So what? You got me. What?
Right out of the timeout. 1 minute, 30 seconds left in the half. First and 10 for the Panthers. From the Red Devil 32.
All right, first down, Newberry. Fakes the sweep to the left, takes the ball up the middle, gains 4 yards. Second
Down to
to
the
6 with
31.
the clock running, 1 minute,
Tackled by
28
Burchett.
seconds.
Bring up second and about 6 for the Panthers.
Slant is complete into the middle of the field.
That's good
Newberry
length.
picks up another first down.
Hayden Moore. Brought down by Bryson Willis.
47.7 seconds
Down to the
remaining in the
12-yard
first
line.
half as Newberry is
First and
threatening
10
to
for the
go up
Panthers.
another possession before the end of the first half. Their kicker should be able to make a field goal from here if Williston holds them. But Newberry's going to burn their final timeout of the half.
Timeout Panthers. 37.9 left in the half.
Newberry's got first and 10 from the 12. So an opportunity is there for a first down that stops the clock if they happen to complete a pass that is short of the end zone. Newberry with
First
twin
and
receivers to
11
both
and a
sides
half.
of the formation.
First and 10 for the
Running back
Panthers.
set to the
With the
left.
red
Little cheat
20-yard
motion
line.
is going for the middle of the field, but they played the collision coverage perfect, lose track of the coverage, and Newberry completes the pass on the scramble drill for a
Flag on the play.
touchdown. There is a flag on the play, so let's see what this is and see if it keeps.
Illegal motion on the Panthers. March out 5. First and 15 from about the 17.
They must have thought he went towards the line of scrimmage a little bit prematurely. Either that or something about set number of seconds. Either way, glad that worked out for us. 30 seconds remaining in the first half after the penalty. So the penalty not only cost the yard, it cost the time. And he is wide open for a touchdown. That trick that just really threw the defense for a loop when it came to coverage. I couldn't even tell you what coverage we were trying to run right there because it was a bust. Definitely some confusion against that formation. All I had to do was play a simple pitch and catch for a touchdown there. Looks like Newberry plans on going for 2 to get that point back from the missed extra point. Newberry comes out in what looks like an inverted wishbone from the shotgun, and it's going to be a carry off the right-hand side for the 2-point conversion to be successful.
Score. Panthers 28, Red Devils 7, 25.3 left in a half.
Well, what went from a momentum turning turnover deep in Newberry's territory becomes a Newberry touchdown to go back up 3 possessions. Oh, Williston fumbles on the kick return, but still manages to get out across the 25-yard line.
Excuse me, that's Cameron. On the return. Brings it out to about the 27-yard line. Red Devils first and 10, 19.7 left in a half.
With 19.7 seconds and a half, I think we're going to see whether or not Williston can break a big run or they're going to take a knee and take it to the half. So after the end of the first half,
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for the first half.
Newberry will be up 28-7.
Score, Panthers 28, Red Devils 7. Man's going to have a halftime show for you. Don't go anywhere.
Outside of this one church town, there's a cold dirt road to a hole run. Got a deed to the land, but it ain't my crown. It's a Scotch.
All right, folks, we're going to try a little something here. Go back over some of the plays in the first half that might have changed the difference here. So we're going to try a little something right here. We're going to talk about it together. So in this case, see what we can do here. Not exactly seeing what I'm seeing and hoping to see. Let's try that again right here. Okay, now I'm seeing what I'm supposed to see. So if you're on the horizontal screen with me, this is going to make a lot more sense because I don't know how to make this work on the vertical screen yet. But let's go take a look at some of these plays in the first half that made a big difference here, right? So let's go back to this look on. All right, let's see here. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? I think this is just the play for that. So let's take a look and see if this is the one that we're wanting to see here. So Newberry runs the little motion, completes the pass out into the flat. That was real close, folks. What do you think? Was his knee down? That's so close. That's so close, guys. I wish I had some better equipment and stuff to be able to show you for sure, but in the chat, you tell me what you think, guys. Is this a fumble or is this down by contact? Because that knee is so close. We're going to try to step it a little bit. Let's see if some of my settings here. We're going to go to half speed on playback.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for.
That ball was out, guys. That was a terrible call. Look at that in slow motion now. Right, let's see if we go just a little bit slower. We got a 0.25 speed on the playback.
High-energy performance featuring the Green Day, including 21 Guns, Holiday, American Idiot, Extraordinary Girl, John Major.
And I went back too far, so this feels like pain right now. Balls out, knees down. It's bam, bam. The guy who's making the overriding call is behind the actual play. And the guy that can make the call lets his decision get overrode by the guy who can't see it. Right? That's at least the way I'm seeing it right now. So let's go back here. I realize I'm like going back on a live stream, so some of the timestamps I was working with are not going to work here. So slow motion, pass is completed. Tackle's being made. Ball's already out right there. That's a good look at how this official right here throws his beanbag. Throws the beanbag. This official that can't even see the angle comes in and overrides this official, right? So in other words, I think that's a game-changing play right there. And you think so in the chat, let me know, right? So let's see if we can go back to the Williston touchdown here and see what was effective for us running. Oh, let's go back a little bit further. And let's go to a little bit more normal speed here. All right, so Williston's been running the ball up the middle pretty effectively at this point. And you see Williston does that little C gap wing to get out in front and help open up. And it makes a touchdown right there that just really turned out well. So let's see what the offensive line is doing here. It looks like we got some down blocks. Yep,
Yep,
down block washes it out. That
C
C-gap lane from Bryson opens up the lead. Marion turns it up and scores a touchdown. Now let's go back a little bit further and see if we can't get a little bit. Well, it looks like I'm only going to get a 30-minute buffer on the stuff, so I'll need to know that for next time I want to try to do something like this and go over some of the plays with you, because our 30-minute buffer is only taking us back into the Williston possession. So lesson learned for next time, but the main thing that we need to take away from all this is this fumble. That was definitely a fumble. How the crews work to make those decisions on those plays. Right. So, what do you guys think in the chat right now? Let's go out of that. Let's come back over here. Let's turn off the display capture, and let's talk about it. So, anybody got anything they want to say in the chat about it at all? Let me know. If not, that's okay too. I know we've got a lot of people watching at home. I appreciate you jumping on and being a part of tonight's broadcast. If you happen to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel, thank you. If you're not, it costs nothing, right? YouTube's kind of backwards on that. So if you're new to this and you're not able to hit that little subscribe button, it doesn't mean you're going to get your credit card charged, because YouTube's backwards. You become a member to a channel and that costs you money. But if you subscribe to a channel and you hit the bell notification, it lets you know when Williston football is going to be live. In fact, tomorrow we are going to experiment with something for the first time, where we've given the Williston Raiders their own stream keys so that they will be able to broadcast their homecoming games from Booster Stadium here in Williston, while I'm at Legoland with my son, whose 8th birthday is today. So happy birthday, Owen. If you're watching right now, great. Happy birthday, buddy. If you're playing Fortnite right now, hey man, go pub stomp for me. Appreciate you. And hopefully you're having a fun time, because he was wanting to rest up for his big trip to Legoland tomorrow. So we're gonna take him down to have a little fun for his birthday, and we want the Raiders to still be able to broadcast and show all the folks in Williston what's coming in the future, right? Because that organization is a great organization that is teaching kids the fundamental of run game and football skills really early, right? In fact, a lot of the kids are also playing flag football at WIAA. I know my kids are playing flag right now because, as a former football coach myself, I want them to wait a little bit before contact, but at the same time, they're also begging me for it too pretty soon. So we'll see who loses that argument sometime soon, right? We'll get back here to the band playing in just a second and take a little break on the broadcast to let me get some water and get this headset off my ears for a few minutes. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight. So just make sure to like and subscribe to support the channel as we're building it out. And if you hit that bell notification, you'll also be able to see the Raiders tomorrow. And my hope is if this works the way that we're wanting it to work, based on what I was talking to the leaders of that organization about, then when basketball season rolls around, baseball season rolls around, softball season rolls around, anybody who wants to take on the job of doing the broadcast for their respective teams, heck, if we have travel ball teams here and you're based out of Williston and you want your games on YouTube, reach out and let me know. It's robert.mack@willistonsportstation.com. This is all for the kids in the community, so if you want to be a part of it, let me know and we'll be glad to have you.
Johnny, put your hands together. Let's roll. Williston High School. Ladies and gentlemen, that Red Devil Regiment that you just heard next Saturday, that's 8 days from now, they will be competing in the MPAs at Santa Fe High School in Gainesville. Everybody wish them good luck. And remember the great golf ball drop. That's happening next week, November 1st. See Stephanie Vaughn, Tisha Whitehurst for a chance to purchase the tickets, chance to win $10,000. $10,000. One chance to win 50, three chances to win 100, and one chance to win up to $10,000, depending on how many balls are bought. 20% of the proceeds are going to the jackpot. $10,000. See Stephanie and Tisha. Second king out in the second half.
Newberry is ready to kick off to Williston to open up our second half of football here at Booster Stadium. A little bit of a knuckler. It's picked up inside the 20, taken out across the 30, met by contact.
Return for the Red Devils out to the 30. The Red Devils first and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
All right, Williston takes over first and 10 on the 30, where there was a good opportunity for this game to be 20-14 until the fumble call that was not a fumble call. Instead, Williston's down 28-7 at the start of the third quarter. Williston has twins to the left, wing to the right, counterplay to the left. Stop for a short gain. Give them progress of 1.5.
Number 5, Chris Rouse on the carry. Gain of about 1, second and 9 for the Red Devils.
That was an interesting little approach in a formation that we hadn't seen from Williston really all year, which was a wing and twin receivers. But hey, right now they got to try to make some big adjustments. And this is going back to an unbalanced formation that we saw in the touchdown drive. And this time it goes for 11 yards. Let's call it 10 yards.
Out to the 41. Red Devils first and 10.
And you heard Blake first and 10 from the 41-yard line. Thank you for joining us. My name's Robert Mack. If you've ever talked to me around Williston, you know I'm a football guy. I love doing this stuff. If you have any suggestions, comments, questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. Heck, I probably will know you already and be able to call you to reach out directly about them.
Out to 43. Bring up second and
If
8
not,
for the Red
well, then
Devils.
you can always email me at robert.mack@willistonsportstation.com, or you can hit me on X at Watch the Dub. On Facebook, we're facebook.com/Williston Sports Station, and you're already on YouTube, so make sure to hit subscribe with that bell notification and hit the thumbs up so other people can find this. But we got a blast play that goes off for a big gainer. We're talking 30 yards off the right side.
All the way to the 30-yard line. Red Devils first and 10.
I always call that lead when it comes across a formation like that a blast play, because we ran something similar out of the wishbone, and the wishbone and wing T run a lot of the same elements. Right, because usually that blast has a down, kick out sort of philosophy with that lead blocker. Versus like stuff with the I formation where that lead blocker likes to ISO up onto a linebacker. In that case, it looks like they're really getting that lead blocker to kick out somebody off the end man of the line of scrimmage. But hey, if somebody can tell me something better about it, tell me about it in the chat, man. Share that football knowledge with us. Tell us what we're seeing here. And here's that unbalanced wing formation with Bryson in the C gap. And that's a false start.
False start.
Honestly, it looked like it was out of the backfield. So we're going to be second and 10, like as if first down would have gone for no yardage. Let's get a little adjustment here. Williston's running such a tight formation. Let's get you in a little closer to the action. Also, if you're just finding us for the first time, our channel is currently running 2 streams for this game. One stream, your normal TV stream with a 1080p enhanced bitrate feature. Here's that unbalanced formation. with a pass element. That's going to go for a touchdown, folks. Bryson Willis snuck out of the C gap. If you follow Coach Dan Casey on Twitter, you'll know that C gap running through play action to the C gap receiver is setting the NFL and college football on fire, and it looks like it's gotten all the way down to
Panthers 28.
high school game because we ran that out of an unbalanced formation
Against the Red Devils.
and another back-breaking call by this officials crew. I really wish we'd be able to get a number on the penalty there so we could tell what happened, but it's going to be 2nd and 20 instead of a touchdown. So another absolutely momentum-killing call by the crew against the Red Devils.
Number on about the 41-yard line. 2nd down for the Red Devils.
Yeah, if somebody wants to clip that and send it to at Coach Dan Casey on Twitter, they'll definitely throw that one on there because he had just been talking about that.
Timeout Panthers, 8 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, due to
Score, Panthers 28, Red Devils 7.
all of my hobbies and activities, my algorithm kind of hits me like a nail on the head right there, right? So when I get that suggested to me in the algorithm, I go like, yeah, I definitely want to know about that. So I like some of the offensive creativity coming out of the first half. I still hadn't seen us throw play action out of the single wing yet. If we see that one come out, then we'll know, okay, all right, they may be reading my mind or listening to the stream a little bit here and there. Well, obviously not listening during the game, but maybe going back afterwards and hearing some of the things we've been talking about.
Out of the timeout, 8:59 left in the third quarter. 2nd down for the Red Devils.
So that same unbalanced formation, but with the play run up the middle. I wonder if they'll let Varsity even off the line of scrimmage next time they want to try to run that play.
3rd down for the Red Devils.
So after a gain of 5, we're at 3rd and 17 after the holding penalty that negated the touchdown. Oh, I got interrupted telling you guys we've got 2 streams available, though. The one I told you for horizontal, designed for big screens, TVs, iPads, that sort of stuff. And we also have a vertical stream that if you're watching on your phone is designed more focused in the middle of the action and gives you the ability to interact with the rest of your phone, whether it's through chat or notifications with some of the area that you'll get at the top and bottom. And with Williston taking a timeout.
Next time out, we'll recognize those cheerleaders.
Well, shout out to Logan saying thanks for doing this so us bums can watch from home instead of sitting on the hard concrete. Well, hey, don't let sitting at home distract you from being able to support the football program too. So make sure you support some of the sponsors that are out there as well. And I see somebody telling the girls to cheer a little harder for the boys, see if that'll get them to win. Well, not only would cheering go a little bit differently, but we need the refs to call this game a little bit differently, unfortunately. Too. And I'll know the point that the stream has made it whenever they FHSA might come back and tell me to not actually talk about when the calls are not made the right way. But until then, let's have fun with it, right? Williston has to burn another timeout.
7 minutes, 27 seconds left. This time out, we're going to recognize the JV cheerleaders. The JV cheerleaders
Honestly, don't really think that the timeouts are something that we can really hold too much against the Red Devils right now with how many people are out with injury. Starters even that are just all walking around the sidelines and street clothes and jerseys because they unfortunately are out. Some of these combinations of players, formations,
and county-wise, that's your JV cheerleading squad this year,
all
folks.
season.
Give a round of applause.
All right, back to the action with 7:27. Hey, and there's a pass look out of single wing, but unfortunately, that's not going to end up going the way they wanted to go. There is a flag on the play, but we don't know if this is going to be one that affects the Red Devils negatively or Panthers negatively. Judging from where it is, though, it looks like it's going to be some form of either defensive holding, pass interference. I don't know about illegal contact, really, because that call doesn't exist as much in high school football. That's why a lot of the kids, whenever you start teaching them zone coverage in high school football, they don't realize that you can knock people down and get away with it, unlike the NFL. There's a long conversation going on based on whatever this penalty call may be. Pass interference against the defense was called. A pretty long conversation for something that really it was only one of two possibilities at that point thrown by that official. Either pass interference against the offense or defense or in the area of defensive holding. So that was the definition of a moot point.
After the penalty, first and 10 for the Red Devils from about the 15-yard line.
I just saw the comment in the chat talking about using the replay to see if I really made it, but I agree with you. The bad part is I don't think we're ever going to see that one. But I could definitely see you getting in trouble for talking about the officials. All right, Red Devils have lined up with split backs. Unbalanced formation to the right with that sheet in the C gap. And Newberry stops it
Williams
for a short gain.
Gain of about 2 seconds and 8 for the Red Devils.
But judging as how they've only thrown it once out of there, they're going to load up on the run.
Flag on the play.
sideline warning against the Newberry Panthers.
Sideline warning on the Panthers.
6 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Williston trying to get in to cut the lead to 2 possessions. We got a buck sweep to the right. Gets enough yardage to make it
On the right side, down to the 8-yard line.
and
We're going to bring up 3rd and 2.
looks like a Newberry injury.
Injured Panther on the field.
He's up pretty quick, but definitely looks like something happened. And I've seen that look in the mirror before, and I've seen it on other players I've coached before. He might have got a stinger right there, or slightly separated that shoulder that caused the stinger, because when you drop that shoulder like that, it's usually something. I think I was in about the exact same spot on this field against Tallahassee, North Florida Christian, and remember getting one of my first bad ones like that and just feeling like somebody had given me a shot of lidocaine in the arm. But then again, that could have also just been Ernest Sims making us all look foolish on the field that night, because there was nobody stopping him. Ernie ended up being the #1 overall recruit for his class and a top 10 draft pick by the Detroit Lions out of FSU. And the Red Devils have pushed the ball up the middle of the field to get a Red Devil first down. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 5.
Timeout, water break on the field. Here the water break. Let's
The
recognize
officials
the
have
entire
called
sponsor
a
one
water
more time,
break.
ladies and gentlemen.
Water breaks usually happen at the midpoint of the
One
quarter in
Williston
any
family,
sort of
homes by
contest
Ann
that's
David,
regulated
Buffalo
by the
Mini Stores,
SHSAA. There's 6 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter, and so
WWA,
with the stop play for the reset of the down and distance, they decided to go ahead and take it.
Capital City Bank, Todd Etheridge, Wachowski family, Wade and Tisha Whitehurst, WW Whitehurst LLC, William and Randall Whitehurst, Devin and Annie Whitehurst, the Jimbo Williams family, Lane's Yardware, Fugit and Fugit Law, Nature Coast Medical Group, Monroe Tire, the Knopf family, Emmett LLC, All In Removal, Black Prong, Big Lick, Galloping Gourmet, Black Prong Storage, the Etheridge Cattle Company, Ozzie Delgado and family, and the Tree Magician. Again, folks, those are the sponsors that help make Williston football happen. Tell them thank you. Out of the timeout. It's like 1st and goal from about the 4.5.
Williston's running an unbalanced formation to the right with the wing and the C gap again. Split backs in the backfield. I would honestly expect a counter right here. Oh, and the hard count gets us halfway there without having to run a play. Half the distance to the goal remains 1st down.
Half the distance, still 1st and goal.
Williston keeps making little adjustments here and there, even with a new starting quarterback for this game and losing linemen and all sorts of other just things that you would really not wish upon the high school team to be successful. That was just about as close as you can get to the end zone without getting in the end zone. It's going to be 2nd and goal from, let's call it, the half-yard line.
Second goal from about the 2.
Williston said if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but run it to the left side. And unfortunately, there's penetration by the interior defensive line
Drop down.
to stop the ball at the 1-yard line.
3rd and goal.
So 3rd down for the Williston Red Devils, where they've run unbalanced to the right, run it to the right, run unbalanced to the left, run it to the left. I still think they could run unbalanced to the right or left and counter back across it and probably put it in. They routinely run the counter out of the normal wing tee, and we hadn't tried it yet out of this formation. But the QB sneak is probably there. It looks good from here.
Penny on the keeper.
That far official
Marking
keeps
it in
giving
about the
the
inside
worst
the 1
call.
yard line.
Holy smoke. He just
Great
confidently
football
threw it
Red
up, and
Devils.
the rest of the crew followed his lead. I mean, they even look like they've marked it almost a full yard off the goal line there, right? How much space do we have that we can see from this angle? Either way, the Red Devils got to hurry. We've got less than 10 seconds on the play clock. We had 12 people in the huddle. But that's something they don't seem to be worried about calling. But the play, that one official just keeps marking everything short. Wow. Well, 4th down stop by the Newberry Panther defense, where Williston attacked the strength of the defense on the interior defensive line and had 4 plays inside the 2.5 yard line and were unable to convert for a touchdown.
Turnover on downs.
We'll need to widen back out for the Newberry offense a little bit. Heard a lot of discontent from the Williston faithful after that, but I honestly don't know if they know that
Panthers take
a
over
good
1st
number
and
of
10
those
from
kids
about a
that
half-yard
we're
line.
trying to run against are going to be playing on the Big Ten Network or ACC Network in the next couple years as well. Newberry comes out and throws the fade on 1st down with an overthrow. That ball was not catchable.
Pass deep. Falls incomplete way over his head. Flag on the play.
If this is ruled pass interference and giving them 15 off of that when the ball was overthrown by 10 yards, that's going to be an interesting call to say the least.
They're marching something off here.
They're calling it defensive holding.
On the Red Devils.
Because defensive holding does not matter about a catchable ball. So
1st and 10
once
for
the
the
flag is
Panthers.
thrown,
From
maybe
the
they have to
11.
figure out exactly what the call is going to be. But give them a free 10 yards and 1st down again, and we'll see if they can.
Dunmore's pass. Clear
Pass is
sideline.
broken up.
Ball incomplete. Intended for number
It's going to
17.
be
Maybe out
2nd
long.
down and 10.
Second and 10.
Newberry's offense lines up in a pistol set with trips to the near side of the field. They've previously run speed option to the single receiver out of this, especially with this formation. And it looks like they were trying to do it right there, and the running back ran to the wrong side. And we just got the football. It's kind of nice every once in a while when you just tell them exactly what they've been trying to do out of that formation and look. And then they do it, but you know it better than their offense did, and they pitch it to nobody and give us the ball back, which is nice. I'll accept the new Twitter handle of Fake Tony Romo, I guess. All right. back when he was coming out of the league and telling everybody what plays they were running and everything, right?
Looked like the fumble was recovered by number 28, Noah Robinson.
Congratulations, Mr. Robinson, on the fumble recovery. We're back inside the 5-yard line on 1st and goal. Williston is going out of the single wing here. Get a hole up the middle. And on the right side, they're in for 6, folks. All right. We're trying to get back in this ball game. I know some things have been keeping us from actually capitalizing on it, but right here, right now, 2-score game, extra point coming up, and the possibility of making a stop on defense again, which would have been, the third stop on defense, the second stop on defense for the penalty hadn't been negated by down by contact. Bad snap, but the hold gets recovered. The kick is good.
So, Panthers 28,
Snap isn't perfect. It's slow and on target still. It's not that hard to recover and get it on the tee and get it through the upright. So good job to the special teams unit for a recovery there. There are 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the third quarter. The Red Devils are down 28-14. Scoreboard hasn't reflected it yet here in the stadium, but don't worry, I'm sure it's going to shortly. Yep, and they just got that updated. All right, let's check and see if we have any other contributions on the chat to interact with here. Yeah, you were right. The officials definitely couldn't deny that one because when he just pitched it to nobody, that's hard to not say somebody messed up. Fielded inside the 5-yard line, taken out. Looks like to just inside the 20. Maybe they'll give him the 20.
Number 33.
Oh, wow. I think I just had the yard lines ID'd wrong there. That looks like the 25.
Number 25. Panthers will start their drive. 1st and 10. 2 minutes, 55 seconds left in this quarter.
All right, Panthers are out and twin receivers on both sides of the formation with a running back set to the left of the QB. They've got a swing pass wide open. That needs to be adjusted.
Pass to number 10. To Marcus Newberry, falls incomplete in the flats, close side.
He makes that throw. That's 6.
2nd and 10 for the Panthers.
Well, the Williston defense has been playing a too high shell and putting pressure in the interior all game, and Newberry looks like they were trying to adjust to it and just didn't execute. I know that looks like a simple pass to complete, but it's actually a very hard one to coach the rhythm and the turn out of the backfield, and it's hard for QBs to make that judge. To make the judge on the throw of where they need to lead it out in front of the running back, especially when they're kind of bubbling away from you, right? It's hard to gauge what sort of forward momentum they have.
First down for the Panthers.
So it looks easy, but it's actually pretty difficult until you start getting into college level and NFL. All right, pistol set, twin formation, and pretty much if they set a single back in the pistol set, they want to run speed option,
Number 10,
especially if they run it to the single side receiver on a trip. But that time it looked like they were evened out.
On the tackle.
All right, so we're still in a pistol set, but we've got trips to the close side of the field. And that time, instead of speed, they run sweep.
Wembley on the
No matter
pitch.
what. Oh, I accidentally overcorrected there,
Gain
guys.
about 4. Bring up
Third
3rd
and
and 5 for the Panthers.
No matter what, it looks like they're trying to attack the outside edges of the Williston defense with the running back. In this case, with it being 3rd and approximately 5 to 6 yards, I wouldn't be surprised to see him attack the middle of the formation with a pass right here, because there's 2 deep safeties. There's pressure shown up front, and the Newberry offense commits a costly penalty where that's going to be a false start that costs them 5 yards. So there haven't been many just crucial mistake penalties right there, but 3rd and 10 is a lot different than 3rd and 5. So that's a big one. However, if Williston gives them the same look pre-snap, I would not be surprised if Newberry tries to throw the slant in behind it. Because right now, Williston's showing a zone look, but if they blitz and run a fire zone, then who's really going to defend the middle of the field, because they're only splitting the difference on these receivers in a 3-by-3 set. Hey, the pressure gets there. That ball out?
Ball on the ground.
There's a little bit of extracurriculars happening right there.
They call it down at about the 31-yard line.
It's going to be 4th and long after we get credit for the sack behind the line of scrimmage.
Going to bring up 4th and about 17 for the Panthers.
Not going to lie, some of the motions and different stuff going on around down there had me looking for it. If you're interested in coming up to the concrete with me at some point in time, I could really use some extra folks to get some practice in for next season, as next season we want to have a spotter, a cameraman, and a color at the bare minimum. That's going to be great field position for Williston to start.
Players punt. Rolls down to about the
32-yard line. Let's get in the 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
So the Red Devils are down 2 possessions.
Newberry Panthers
Start of the
28,
4th quarter.
Williston Red Devils 14. We're going to start the last quarter of this ball game.
So they need a score, a stop, and a score. If they pull that off, this will be exactly what we talked about earlier in the game, where you can't count out any sort of rivalry between Williston and Newberry. The score can start one way and end up completely different by the end of the game. I mean, in essence, you can even say that if it wasn't for the non-call on the fumble, the way Williston had been playing on offense at the time, there's a good chance that there's a 2-score swing right now where it's 21-21. Or excuse me, it'd be 21-20, because that last touchdown they had the 2-point conversion on.
Start the last quarter.
And even if you say Williston doesn't score on that possession after the fumble, even if it's 20-14, that's a different set right here coming into the 4th quarter. But the Red Devils fumble and lose 5 yards. Blake's calling it 5, so we'll go with him. We are going to need to have a little bit more sense of urgency on our offensive huddles and calls, though, if we want to try to come from down 2 possessions with our style of play. Because I would estimate our average scoring drive somewhere in the 6-minute range, especially when we're going to have 3rd and long after.
Jamari Williams up the middle. Gained about 2 on the play.
I'm not usually
In the
one
third
to
12,
advocate
the Red
calls
Devils.
for unnecessary roughness, but that looked a little unnecessary. But hey, if the whistles aren't being blown and the calls aren't being made, the boys are going to play with what they're being given as the rules of the game. All right, we've got twin receivers to the near side of the field, split backs. We're going to sprint out to the right. He's got nobody open, but manages to make a throw into the middle of the field to at least give Bryson Willis a shot.
Flag on the
But it's going to
play.
be 4th and long, depending on what the call is on this penalty. Holding against the offense is declined.
Like
4th
holding
and
on the
long.
Red Devils. Newberry will decline that penalty. Bring it 4th and 12.
And Williston's going to elect to bring the punt team out on the field. The way the defense is played, I support this decision right now. Snap falls a little short, but Ryan collects it and absolutely murders the football.
End over end punt for Gagne. Takes a Red Devil bounce all the way down to the 12-yard line.
We're talking like a 57, 58-yard net on that
Panthers
punt.
take over. 1st and 10. 2 minutes, 8 seconds left on the
Honestly, I
clock.
hope I got good enough footage of that for
Newberry
him so he
Panthers
can
28.
pull that
Yo,
off the
Red
stream
Devils
and send it
14.
in on some of his highlight tape film, because he fields the low punt snap and then absolutely rockets one with just a cut and spiral on it that flies over the punt returner's head, then takes a Williston bounce to get him an additional 10 yards. I mean, just beautiful punt. All right, last time they ran trips to the near side of the field, pistol, and the wide side of the field, single set, they ran speed option. But this time, they run dart. No, that's not dart. That's wham, right? No, yeah, wing under man, because they came across the formation.
That's 5. Bring up 2nd 5 for the Panthers.
So that's a new little look out of that formation. Yeah, they brought the receiver in to act like a wing and let him lead across the formation. I didn't see what any of the other offensive linemen did. And there's a sweep to the trip side of the field that's going to get enough yardage to pick up a first down.
Oh, what's the ball carrier? Flag on the play. Holding on the Panthers. March off 10. Depending on where they spawn, it'll be 2nd and about 15.
Well, the holding call came at a great place for us here. 2nd and 15 is a lot better than having a new set of down and distance off of the sweep. All right, trip set to the near side, single receiver to the far side, and the sweep is going to the far side of the field. Williston has good angles. Stop the ball carrier for gain of about 2 yards.
So they bring up 3rd and 13 for the Panthers.
Yeah, the cheerleaders were just up passing stuff out to fans in the stands and everything, passed out stuff to everybody around me and gave stuff to the PA box and just said, you don't need anything. I'm like, all right. But this is a wide open receiver that gets overthrown.
Force pass.
Man, I got to get better at tracking those long passes like that because it's difficult.
Going to bring up 4th and long for the
Again,
Panthers.
Why, if you want to join the crew for either the end of the season or next season, I could definitely use somebody that can track. Right? Good camera work. Either that or I can get better at the camera work and somebody else can keep an eye on stuff like the score bug, the stream quality, things going through. So if you're interested at all, let me know. But the Panthers are going to punt on 4th and long. Panthers get off a decent punt right here. Williston makes two men miss, but not the rest of the Newberry punt coverage team.
Flag on the field.
And we managed to return it to inside the 35-yard line, call it the 32. The point of this looks like it's a block in the back of some kind, which assessed from the point would be effectively a 20-yard penalty.
Block in the back, now, the Red Devils.
Oh, just back breaking, guys.
March off 10, marking on the 46 of the Red Devils. They'll start this drive, 1st and 10.
It's from the spot of the foul, which is also 10 yards from the end of the run.
Panthers 28, Red Devils 14.
So starting field position took a major hit. Handoff up the middle is stopped immediately. Side judge is going to give him a gain of 1.
Gain of about 1. 2nd and 9 for the Red Devils.
Now we're turning into a math problem, though. This is down 2 touchdowns. The clock's running it with 7 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the game. So it's math problem of average number of plays times yard per play times yard, the starting field position.
Williams to the left side. Gain of about 5. Bring up 3rd and 4 for the Red Devils.
Saw somebody tell me in the chat that it looks like we're watching a Florida football game with a Billy Napier pace of play on the play calls on some of this stuff here. I tell you though, we keep busting big runs like that. We have a chance. Don't get we can put DJ back here in the backfield with a black jersey and give him some credentials. All right, we got a lead play into the unbalanced side of the formation. Gets a short game. I mean, we keep getting positive plays. It's the penalties and everything else that has been happening that seem to be the backbreakers. Big run up the middle.
Smoke Williams up the middle.
Damari getting a heck of an inside run game going. He's had a good highlight tape on this game. 5 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the game. So the officials are going to take the last 5 minutes, 45 timeouts before the break of the game. Well, if my kids are still watching with my wife at home, then congratulations to Owen for celebrating his 8th birthday today. He can definitely enjoy celebrating tomorrow down in Legoland together. If you're in Williston or wanting to watch some football from Williston, Tune in tomorrow to see if we get the Williston Raiders homecoming stream going, where they've got a matchup for supremacy in the 3-5-2 from the crew from Ocala. So we went over today how to try to build the organization out with some other stream codes for organizations to use. So if you're a Williston team of any sport, of any age, that is the prep level, feel free to reach out to me and I'll help make sure that you can take advantage of having the channel as well.
Williams on the keeper, dragging.
Amari just got himself another 7 to 8 yards. Oh man, they're giving him a little less. My bad. All right, we'll call it 5.5.
Bring up second forward for the Red Devils.
Williston has really dominated the second half in terms of
Timeout.
their
Panthers.
offensive execution and being able to stop the Newberry defense. So there's definitely been some good adjustments made at halftime. We're just steadily facing a dwindling clock, and that one non-fumble call that basically resulted in a touchdown for Newberry right afterwards is going to be really tough to overcome.
Out of the timeout, second forward for the Red Devils. About the 12-yard line.
Oh, the Red Devils have come out in a way different look than usual. Oh, that's not going to be good against the defensive rush, though, and that looks like the ball came out. I think Newberry recovered. No? They're indicating Williston recovered? That's the only thing about having 5 offensive linemen against that defensive line that's honestly not a great matchup.
Calling on the play.
Because even if
Red Devils recover right
Newberry
at the
only has
18-yard
4,
line. We got third down.
they got a good 4. But I appreciate the ingenuity trying to give them a different look, trying to shake it up a little bit. I think I got Taylor Swift stuck in the head. We have got another flag.
Flag.
Offsides, though.
It's like encroachment on
Let's
the
get the
Panthers.
5 yards back and just call it
25.
a loss of down on that
So
last
they're bringing
play
up third
instead.
and
Right? So we're going to have third and
about 3.
4. We're going to agree to disagree with that one there because it looked like it was 3rd and 9 and 5-yard penalty. All right, we definitely have to play with some urgency now, though. We're at 4 minutes, 4 seconds. Single wing formation. We've got a bubble. It looks like we're going to be just short of the first down.
Down to the 10.
It's 4th and short.
Gain of about 2. Bring
We're
up
not
4th and
kicking it.
short for the Red Devils.
We're not kicking it. We got to punch this through right here. I would go back to the unbalanced look and hand it to Jamari up the middle. We're at single wing instead, so let's find the bubble, buddy. He's got one. Oh, is he taken down from behind, though? That's all dependent on the spot right there. That is very close. Man, he
They
had
might
a
be
bubble
short.
too, but that single spot on the backside
Three
there, that
rundowns. First and 10
that
for the
farthest
Panthers.
line judge has just been absolutely killing us on spots, calls, everything. Like he overrode the decision on the fumble at the end of the first half. He made every call against Williston on the goal line stand that wasn't called the touchdown. The Williston defense just absolutely crushes
Loss of
the
about
run
3,
play.
2nd and 13 for the
Williston's
Panthers.
played good enough in the second half to have more points on the board in this. I know we're going to focus on some of the other mistakes and everything, but I've seen a team that's made a big time adjustment down multiple starters. Because remember, this is a team that beat Bradford last week, right? And Bradford was expected to give Cocoa a run for its money for the state title. Newberry really takes over that spot in Class 2A now after that Bradford victory. Like, because this could have been far different. And that's another negative play that
Flag on the play.
I didn't see what that flag coming in late might have been about. There's taunting called on both sides, offset and penalties.
On
About
both
the
of them.
best we were going
After
to
the
get
play,
right there.
before the play.
It's going to be after the play, dead ball penalty. So it should be third down. Should be third down. There we go.
They're going to make it third down. Offsetting penalties after the play is over. Third and looks like about 16 from the 2-yard line.
And somehow the clock has just stayed running during a lot of this. They whistled the clock start. They're about to get a delay of game penalty. I think they're purposefully taking the delay a game, or they're going to take a timeout. All right, so Newberry burned as much clock as they could. There's 1 minute, 41 seconds remaining in the game. That'd be interesting if that's that line judge happens to live in Newberry, right? Like power ratings right now have Newberry as a very highly rated team, no matter the classification in the state of Florida, right? So this performance Williston's been able to put together really for the last 2.5 quarters is very impressive. We're not likely to come out of it with a win unless something incredible happens in the last 1 minute 41 seconds here. But I would not
Panthers, third and 16 from the
view
2-yard
this
line.
as a bad performance. And I know I hate, talking about moral victories, but I've honestly watched the team dominate the second half of this game. Honestly, I don't know what to say about that except great throw, great catch. I mean, the defense was there.
Panthers, first and 10.
That's the sort of performance that beat Bradford. the play fake even was to the wrong side, and he just set his back foot in the ground and made a great throw with perfect ball placement. I mean, based on where this ball is and where he was, he had 48 air yards on that for a high school throw. It's
Seven more nails it. About the 24-yard line.
Well, folks, it's victory formation for the Panthers, who are going to win 28-14. And considering Williston spotted them 20 to start off the game, and that the fumble that was called down by contact at the end of the second quarter, this very easily could have been a 21-20 sort of affair right here.
Concludes tonight's game. Your
That
final
it just
score
wasn't meant to be,
is
guys. It just wasn't meant to be, right?
Newberry Panthers 28.
No, I know the
Your
season feels a
Williston
little
High School Red
for
Devils
the
14.
Red
Give
Devils
a round
right
of
now.
applause for a hard-fought game.
But again, the adjustments were there in the second half. You know,
Next week, your Red Devils will be back in action.
did a
against
few
Varsity
things different
Greyhounds.
offensively.
That
They
game
did
will
a
be
few
played at
things different
7:30 p.m. right
defensively.
here in Booster Stadium.
And Newberry just had a couple of
Williston High
plays
School
that
thanks you for
were
attending that tonight's game as you ate
really good
Booster
athlete
Stadium.
plays, right? I mean,
Help
look
us
at that
keep
last
Williston clean by picking
pass
up
that
any
was
litter in your
completed up.
area. Your area. Your litter.
Where's the
Somebody
delete
else's
button?
litter. Doesn't matter. Pick it up.
Oh,
Keep Williston
I'm
clean.
telling them how
This is
y'all
for
made
you.
great adjustments in the
Lee
second
County.
half, man. Like
Not cheaper,
like
not
really,
nonsense. This
you
is
go back
Williston.
to that fumble call right here, right? Because I even brought
Good
it
night,
up on the
ladies and
stream
gentlemen.
at
Thanks for your
0.25
attendance. We'll see you
speed,
next week.
where the dude's still straight up and the ball's out. Ball's completely out. That changes a 20. It's 21-20 right now. If that's because I mean, honestly, I think y'all are scoring from there.
I
Like,
don't know. We were on the 1 yard line.
well, but that the guy who overrode the fumble call is the guy who was calling the spots, and they look good from here, right? The C gap play, where y'all ran Bryson off of C gap on the play action right there. Like that's one that just is lighting the NFL up right now, where they'll bring that wing in and then try to get him into the middle of the field on the C gap and everything, man. And it was there. It was a great throw, great catch, and y'all made some adjustments, man. Y'all made some adjustments, but right now, how many starters are y'all down right now? 7. And that team just took Bradford to the mats.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So yeah, whenever y'all want to talk about it, I got all the film. I got stuff. I'll roll with it because I used to coach, but y'all don't make enough money for this job, so now I get to do this for fun.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take it easy, man. Well, guys, even some of the coaches wish that one would go a little differently, right? But again, you gotta still be proud of the boys. I know they didn't come out the way they wanted it to, but I saw a lot tonight that everybody should be proud of. Again, I know people are gonna hate moral victories and everything, but it was there. They could have beat Newberry tonight, and they really beat Newberry for a good 2.5 quarters. If you want to say, hey, let's break it down like that. But when it really matters is with the score at the end. It's Newberry 28, Williston 14, and it's another L on the schedule for a team that is not used to seeing L's in the regular season lately. But hey, sometimes adversity hits, and it's not necessarily how you do the hitting, but how you get back up when you get hit. Right. So we'll see how it goes next week, folks. Hope you join us. We'll have the 2 streams going again. If you enjoyed it, if you like doing this with me on Friday nights, I'll be here for the football season, and we're trying to make it available to a lot more sports and a lot more ages. So we'd love for you to share it on your own socials. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. It's all free. It's all free, and it's going to support the publicity of the Williston football team. So we want these kids to be able to get the exposure that they wouldn't have been able to have 20 years ago in Williston, right? So appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great night and peace out.